fucking straight. Alright, welcome back. I do apologize about that. I had a phone call I had to take and, you know, nobody freaking answered, so whatever. If they freaking call me again, I'll just freaking hang, or I'll just hit the end call. They can leave me a voice message if they ever so want to. They need to fucking quit pocket dialing me though. It's starting to get annoying. But anyways, as I was getting ready to say, if you're picking up your load from a from the shipper, and the shipper has a scale, use the shipper scale. Always use the shipper scale, and if it doesn't scale per tandems, you know, ask them if it's okay for you to check your trailer tandems, and just your trailer tandems. And make sure your trailer tandems are all the way to the front, so that way when you get your if they allow it and you get a freaking ticket back and it's over 34,000, and that way all you have to do is just move your trailer tandems just a couple of notches, and be on your way. But some trucks, not truck stops, I don't know why I keep saying truck stops, but some shippers or customers that have their own scale will usually allow you to scale when you have a load. They might even tell you, okay, get on this scale, and we'll tell you we'll tell you what your how you're looking right now, and you can either back off and fix your tandems right now, or do it after, or do it or we'll just send you on your way. Some truck stops are nice like that. There's a or not truck stops, why do I keep saying truck stops? Some shippers are nice like that. There was a shipper that I went to. It was a Mars snack shipper I went to, or whatever warehouse I went to, and they were nice enough to tell me, all right, get on the scale, we'll tell you if you're good or not, and if you're good, we'll give you the green light. If they got a little digital board, then I would keep my eyes on that little digital board. If it's just a long flat thing of that's just like one big ass freaking scale that's just gonna, you know, weigh your total weight instead of just your tandems, then what you should do then is, once you're loaded, pull forward on your steers, get your weight, write it down. Next, you get both your steers and your drive tires onto the scale. Stop, write it down. After you get off, after they get done weighing you in full, all you have to do now is just pull off the scale until all that's left is your trailer tandems. Write that down. Subtract your steers from your drives. You got your drives. See what you got. If you're good, then you're good. If not, just fix your trailer tandems to something that you think is more, you know, more fitting, and then keep going. Weight is probably one of the most important, like I said, weight is one of the most important things to have to worry about. It's one of the most pain in the ass things you'll ever have to freaking worry about. I hate having to worry about weight in general. I hate having to weigh anything more than 30,000. I hate it, because at that point you're worrying about how much you weigh in general, how much your steer tires weigh, how much your drive tires weigh, how much your trailer tandems weigh. I don't know why. I really don't know why DOT enforces weight like that. In California, your trailer tandems are legally not allowed to be on the back of your truck. You are legally not allowed to drive your drive tandems all the way in the back, because number one, that creates less maneuverability, and you don't want to do that anyways. It'll get you a ticket. And number two, I don't know why California has such a stupid law. You have to have your you can only put your trailer tandems so far back in the first place. So, you know, at this point, it's just more or less like, fuck it. So, wait. Pain in the ass, but you gotta do it. Now, another way you gotta stay legal is your time on the clock. We talked a little bit about this, but I don't think I mentioned anything about the rules that involve hours of service. Now, hours of service is another pain in the ass, because most of the companies are now moving to electronic logs, which I personally like electronic logs. I don't have anything against it, but apparently some truckers do have something against electronic logs. So, you know, whatever it is, I don't really care personally, because I like using electronic logs. I think it's much easier to use than, you know, having to worry about paper logs. But the hours of service rules generally work more or less like so. You get 70 hours in a work week to work. If you run out of those 70 hours, you have to take a 34-hour off-duty or sleeper berth combination to get your 70-hour clock back. Within those 70 hours, you have a 14-hour work shift, which means by the time you first hit your on-duty status, you have 14 hours to do whatever the hell you want before you have to stop for the night and take your 10-hour break to reset your 14-hour clock. 10 hour preferably sleeping break. You could take a sleeping break and have like off-duty time, but it's preferably in the sleeper berth, because get your fucking sleep. That's fucking why. You have 8 hours by the time you first go on duty to find somewhere and take a 30-minute break. After that 30-minute break, you have about 3 more hours to finish your drive shift because you only have 11 hours to drive. Now, you are given a required 30-minute break to do whatever the hell you want to do. You could take a 30-minute nap, you can walk around for 30 minutes, you can do whatever, but it has to be 30 minutes. And then, like I said, you have the rest of your time to do whatever the hell you want to do. But you are required to take a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours of being on duty. If you run out of your drive time, which there may be a time that you will run out of your drive time. I mean, I've done it before a couple times. If you run out your drive time, you have to stop. You're legally not allowed to drive anymore until you do another 10-hour break. That resets your 14-hour clock, which also resets your 11-hour clock. If you run out of your 14-hour clock, which you really shouldn't, there should be no reason whatsoever why you ran out of your 14-hour clock unless the shipper or customer keeps you there for a prolonged amount of time, which really is just, you know, bull crap to begin with. So, you know, whatever. Popped in a warning, don't do that again. Anyways, oh God, what was I talking about? Because I'm kind of in the middle of trying to, you know, pay attention here, so. I think that's pretty much it about the hours of service. I can't really remember if there's anything else about the hours of service. I mean, I don't know. I don't intend on this video lasting any longer than it should be, so So, before this fucking dumbass truck gets into a fucking wreck with me, I'm gonna go ahead and go and, you know, hope to fucking God I don't get into a fucking wreck. So, So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short little stream about wait and hours of service. Really wasn't much to talk about. I do apologize. Oh, actually no. I forgot about something. I do apologize. I did forget about wait stations. Wait stations are very important because, well, I mean, you got to go through them at one point. You got a sign that says open, you go in. You got the sign that says go in when flashing or bypass when flashing, then you go in or you bypass when it's flashing. The only time you don't have to go into a wait station, these are the only times that you don't have to, is when you see that sign that says bypass, or your pre-pass gives you a green light, or if there's like cones or stuff in front of the wait station. Now, there's also another way, but everybody always gets confused by this because, you know, I asked the DOT officer about this, and this rule is more or less for the stations that have the weigh-in motion ways and the signs that tell you to come in or bypass. Now, when you go over these things, like I said, you get the signs up ahead that say whether or not you are allowed to bypass or not. Freaking accident almost freaking happened right in front of me because a freaking car would not let a freaking truck over. Jesus. But you get the signs, and all of a sudden your pre-pass goes off and it's red. Okay? So here's what you do at this point. If the signs say for you to bypass when your pre-pass is giving you the red signal, bypass. Pass that bitch like it's the plague. For God's sakes. Fucking watch where you're going. So a sign gives you the go-ahead to bypass, you bypass. And there's really no arguing at this point. You're not going to get pulled over by a DOT officer asking you why you bypassed that wait station or whatever. You're not gonna, you know, get a freaking fine or ticket from your company or whatever for whatever reason. Dude, they have the yield. Jesus fucking Christ. I should really freaking put this freaking camera forward, but I don't got a fucking windshield mount. Unbelievable. You know what? I think I'm going to do a rules of the road next episode on Tuesday. Jesus. Gotta... I mean, you gotta be fucking stupid to fucking slow down for those that are on the ramp. No, you don't. You literally do not have to slow down for the people on the ramp. Okay? Even if it's a truck driver, you do not have to slow down for the people that are on the ramp. Okay? People on the ramp do not have the right of way. Okay? The people on the freeway, the people on the interstate have the right of way by law. Okay? If you get into an accident and you have a dash cam and it shows that the car got in front of you, swerved, and then hit his brakes, that is on his fault. That is literally definition his fault. Because he needs to yield to the traffic on the interstate. You don't ever yield to the traffic on the ramp, because guess who's behind you? The guy that weighs 43,000 fucking pounds. I can't fucking stop on a fly. Fucking dumbass. So anyways, going back to the topic at hand, which was weight stations. So you know, it's weight stations. Trying to think about it for a second. Okay, so now let's say that, okay, you were given the red light, and the sign said, and you got red light on your pre-pass, or you don't have a pre-pass and the sign that says open, you got to go in, or the signs say you got to go in. Also, do not bypass a wait station. When the sign tells you to go in, but your pre-pass says you can bypass, go in. That's not a ticket you want to pay. So you go into the wait station, and now it's basically just follow whatever the fucking the lighted signs say. You'll get either a green arrow going towards the bypass ramp, or the green arrow going towards the scale. And you will pass over one of those little ramps that are basically the same little ramps that you passed over when you're going past a weigh in motion thing. They're the same little ramps. So depending on how much you weigh, you will most likely get the arrow going towards the bypass ramp. Now, if you weigh something more or less like 40,000 pounds, you will get told to go to the scale. Now, now at this point, you're getting on the scale, and they see you're fine. Okay, they'll give you the go-ahead, or they might tell you, or they might ask you to come on in. Say, oh, for whatever reason, you're not fine. For whatever reason. You're not fine. So, they tell you to come on in. Now, depending on who is working the scale house that day, 9 times out of 10, you'll get one who's having a really good day. I don't think I've ever met one who's had a bad day at all. And that's just that's just in general. I don't think you'll ever find one that's, you know, having a bad day. Most of them are having more or less a good day. It's most truck drivers aren't having bad days, go through scales and then yell it out at the frickin' scale house, like this fucking dumbass right in front of me decided to frickin' cut me off on the exit. Why are you cutting me off for, dumbass? Huh? You're going the same fucking direction. Why are you cutting me off? Huh? If he gets off at a freaking exit, I'm gonna kill him. Quote me on that too. But he'll most likely tell you, okay, well, we got you over going over, let's see, a couple thousand over on your, what are they called? Well, over one of your tandems. Say your trailer tandems, for example. You're just a couple thousand over your trailer tandems. Okay, well, we are going to issue you a what's called a warning. Just go fix it, and we'll tell you if you're good. I could promise you 9 times out of 10 you're going to get that warning. If you've already gotten a warning, they see it in their system, you're most likely going to get a ticket. Now, if you do get a ticket, and if you know you're just a couple thousand pounds over, don't start arguing with the scale house, because what happens after weight is inspection. They'll probably inspect you, and then if they find something wrong with the truck or trailer, that adds on more to your already overweight ticket. That's another thing that could happen too. They bring you into scale, even though you think you're fine. Okay, I'm fine. They're not going to do anything. They're just going to tell me to keep going. Sir, please pull ahead to the parking lot. Okay. When they tell you to pull ahead to the parking lot, you know you're fine. They're inspecting you. You better start pulling out the paperwork. You get, if for whatever reason you have a scale ticket from the truck stop that gives you a legal weight, but the weight station says you're still overweight, show him the weight ticket. If they come out, the first thing they need to see is that weight ticket. And when they see that, oh, well, this says that you're legal, you won't get an overweight. You won't get an overweight fine. At that point, the truck stop will get notified, and you will most likely get your money back from the scale. And then they'll have to fix their scales at the truck stop. So, a couple things you guys need to know before I get going. I guess I should say the couple things that you should have learned from this video is how to be legal, how to stay legal, hours of service, weight stations, and what to do when you're inspected. Basically, when you're being inspected, by the way, when you're being inspected, they will tell you that you are being inspected, and when you are done being inspected, you ask them, okay, what level is that? Just by chance, level 1, 2, or 3, and I think level 1 is the more serious one. They'll tell you whichever one. You tell your company, hey, I received a level 2 inspection. I passed, so what's up? Now, if you fail, you will get a fine, you will get ticketed, and you're going to have to pay that fine or show up to court. Depending on what type of a fine it is, if they notice that your tread is too low, or you got an uninflated tire, or you got a light that's out or not working, they will find whatever and they will mark it down. That's why I say, if at all possible, drive at night. That's really all I have to say. Well, speaking of which, I am going to go ahead and get going for now. Idiot. People, it's... You better fucking reconnect right now. I got a stream to finish. Go ahead and going. I hope you guys enjoyed this little stream. Talked about, can't wait to do a lot more of these streaming sessions. So Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.